Thank you very much, Consul General. I'd now like to welcome Mr. Jonathan O'Day MP, Parliamentary Secretary to the Treasurer and Premier.
Thank you, Liz, and it is a real delight to be here this morning as part of the Korea New South Wales Business Forum. I too wanted to acknowledge the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, and as many of you would be aware, we do pay our respects to the traditional owners of the land, and that is very appropriate, and it's great to be here with you all today, representing not just the New South Wales Government, but in particular, as Parliamentary Secretary to the Premier and Treasurer, I'm representing Niall Blair, who's the Minister for Trade, among other things. Can I acknowledge my parliamentary colleague, Jodie Mackay, who's representing the opposition side, both in her own capacity and also the Leader of the Opposition. Can I thank the Consul General, who does such an exceptional job here in Sydney, and thank you for your very fine words. And indeed, Sang-Soo Yoon, you are a magnificent representative of the Republic of Korea here in Sydney, and we thank you for all that you do to strengthen that relationship, both socially, culturally and economically. To Gang Suk-Soo, the Director General of Kotra Sydney, thank you, and may you continue in your success, and your goals are our goals. We work together. Thank you. To Simon, you in your official capacity here today, and indeed to all the speakers and the panellists who we'll hear from later. We have a most distinguished and expert group of people, so I look forward to hearing some of the excellent contributions that I'm sure we'll all experience later today. I had the privilege of attending the Australia-Korea Business Council joint meeting that Liz spoke about earlier, and I did so in 2016 in Seoul. And can I endorse the recommendation, both of Liz and Michael, in that all of you should support that forum. It's about time we had it back in Sydney, but certainly I've enjoyed attending that and would highly recommend all of you doing so this year back in Korea. And certainly it's a forum which continues the sorts of goals that we are pursuing today. And indeed, Australia and New South Wales and the Republic of Korea have shared a history that goes back some 70 years. From soldiers fighting together during the Korean War to students studying here today in New South Wales, our people-to-people ties have been a strong part of our relationship, and that's the foundation on which those cultural, those social, and importantly those economic interests are built. They're built on people-to-people links, and so the sort of networking that we've started this morning, we need to continue to be able to achieve those goals. And certainly building on those connections, Australia and New South Wales have had a mutually beneficial commercial relationship with the Republic of Korea now for many, many decades. And following the Korean War, the Republic of Korea began to industrialise and modernise in a way that truly amazed the world. And it required access to a wide range of resources, and it's certainly no exaggeration to say that New South Wales's resources and our agricultural exports have helped underpin that modern industrialisation and the development of South Korea. And that relationship has been of mutual benefit, to the extent that today, merchandise trade between New South Wales and South Korea is worth some $9.5 billion, and that figure continues to increase. And obviously, New South Wales's chief export has been coal, but certainly trade in other goods is growing considerably. And in fact, South Korea is now New South Wales's third largest export market, something that we truly value and prize highly. And most recently, exports of wine and spirits have soared. with demand from consumers in Korea. I'm not sure what that says, whether it's about the quality of our produce or the demand from Korea, but certainly that's a welcome trend from New South Wales's perspective, because Korea is a priority market for New South Wales. And there's no doubt that the Korea-Australia Free Trade Agreement has made it easier and continues to make it easier for us, respectively, to promote our economic interests. And Michael mentioned some of the successes already that we've seen and continue to see. And that's also helps when it comes to ease of doing business and investment. And there's no doubt that New South Wales is seeing a lot of investment at the moment as our economy grows and our population continues to grow. We'll hear more about that later today, but certainly over the next 4 years, New South Wales has an infrastructure pipeline from a public perspective worth over $87 billion, which is a record amount and provides enormous opportunity, not just domestically, but also for foreign investment. And that investment, that infrastructure pipeline extends from hospitals and schools, highways, metro systems, and other transport infrastructure. But perhaps most importantly, and we'll hear more about this today, the Aerotropolis around the new Western Sydney Airport. Because that provides an opportunity for business investors and businesses from Korea to partner with the New South Wales government and private sector organisations here to help secure our mutual advantage. And certainly, while not wanting to steal the thunder of later talkers, I did want to just mention not just what will be a 24-hour airport, but what will be a cluster of industries and opportunities that will grow up around that airport. We've studied a lot of airports around the world. They've been of significant interest in looking at how we plan this Aerotropolis around the Western Sydney Airport. And those studies have included, of course, Seoul's Incheon Airport, which has been a big success. Aerospace and logistics, those industries will be a major part of the Aerotropolis precinct, and the demands of the new airport will also extend to passenger and cargo demand. High technology agriculture and horticulture, which is close to the Minister's heart, Minister Blair's heart, being from rural and regional New South Wales, that will also be an important industry which will help to meet growing demands for our produce through the Asia Pacific region. And of course, defence and advanced manufacturing will also be important in the Aerotropolis region. And indeed, that process of investment has already commenced in earnest. I note that Northrop Grumman, the global aerospace and defence giant, has already committed to creating a centre of excellence within the region surrounding the airport, and that's very welcome. And finally, of course, health and education, which are so important in our local economy and society. There are a number of opportunities there also to work with those other industries in that region. But we particularly welcome Korean interest and participation in that Aerotropolis and the surrounding industries and infrastructure. And we welcome Korean innovation, your experience, and your expertise in delivering on that infrastructure pipeline. There's no doubt that the high quality of infrastructure within Korea creates opportunities for New South Wales not only to learn but to leverage off that expertise and those qualities which are so evident from Korea. And when I was there, I witnessed much of that. So we welcome your input to build a better New South Wales. We also look forward to building those people-to-people links, those social, cultural and economic links which we all hold dear. And can I just reinforce the commitment of the New South Wales Government to facilitating and assisting in achieving those aims for everyone in this room, and can I thank you for all your efforts and your contribution for making that possible. Have a great day today, and let's continue the momentum as we go forward. Thank you.